Today I'm going to be investing my entire YouTube paycheck into a few different stocks. And now that I'm making about $5,000 to $10,000 a month from my YouTube channel, I thought it'd be fun to invest all of my monthly earnings from last month into my Robinhood portfolio.
Hold up, wait a minute.
I know I got at least a couple of you guys on that one, but in reality I make a lot less than that. But I did recently receive one of the biggest paychecks in all of my YouTube career. It was last month in February, and the total was $188.50, which isn't quite my highest paycheck of all time, but it is the second highest.
You're broke!
So with that being said, we're going to take this $189 and invest all of it into 3 different stocks, so about $63 in each one. Pulling up my Robinhood portfolio here and looking through each of the holdings, I'm leaning towards Apple since it's kind of been struggling this year so far. It's down about 9% year to date. And a lot of people have been saying that we're starting to see kind of the end of Apple. All of the growth that it's had is finally over and that it's just going to be flat from here or continue to lose value. But I actually have sort of the opposite opinion. I think Apple, yes, has had some setbacks recently and has obviously slowed its growth. If we go back to December, it's down 12% since. But in my opinion, at least for the next few years, it will continue to perform and grow and recover from that little dip that it's had. So to kick it off, I'm going to add the first $63 into Apple, which is the second highest weighted position in the portfolio, right at 16%. Now moving on and scrolling through the list here, it is pretty difficult to decide which out of all these different stocks to add more to, because a lot of them are at or near their all-time highs. We have seen a little bit of a pullback this week in the market, but for the most part, they're all fairly overbought still right now. If we look at the fear and greed index, we can see that the market sentiment is right in that greedy range. So a very almost overly optimistic market that we're in right now. But Costco is another great company that comes to mind that has recently taken a pretty massive hit. It fell pretty aggressively recently, dropping about 8% in one day, which is pretty rare for a stock like Costco. So now I think it's a good time to add even more to this position. They had their earnings call last week, and Costco did beat expectations in terms of earnings, but I would guess that on the earnings call there was some uncertainty and maybe some short-term headwinds that investors may not have liked, resulting in a pretty big drop. But I am planning to hold the stock for the long term, or at least the next 5 to 10 years. As Warren Buffett would say, this is a wonderful company, and I believe will continue to expand and grow for the next 10 plus years. So Costco is the next one we're buying into and adding more of to the position, so another $63 there. And this keeps Costco's current weighting at under 5% of the portfolio, or a little over $5,000. So now that we've added a little bit to some of the growth stocks in the portfolio, I wanted to focus now on dividend income and jump down to one of my favorite dividend ETFs called JEPQ. I've owned this one for a while now, and what I really like about it is that it consistently pays a pretty high dividend every month that allows me to reinvest the cash either back into JEPQ or any other stock that I own. And obviously the more shares that I own, the more income that this ETF is going to produce for me each month. So we're going to add the last $63 to JEPQ, which comes to slightly more than 1 share and brings the position size from 42 shares to now a little over 43, which also increases that monthly dividend income by just a little. So now we'll have to wait till next month to invest the next YouTube paycheck. This is kind of a new little challenge that I'm doing. So let me know in the comments below if you enjoy videos like this and would like to see more of them. And I'll try to keep up with this challenge as well every month or every other month. And hopefully as I'm making more content and growing the channel, those monthly YouTube paychecks will become a little bit bigger, allowing me to invest even more and helping to build up the portfolio that way. That's all for today, guys, and I'll see you next time.